A very good morning to all the students of class 9th D. Today we are going to start this chapter number 3, The Little Girl. Very interesting chapter, which you also will be able to relate yourself with this little girl named Kezia. Kezia is the protagonist of this chapter. And before I start the chapter, I would like to ask those who would like to answer can raise hand, and then I will ask you. And you'll be using English while speaking. Rule number 1. Fine. And I'm not going to ask any textual questions of your chapters and all. This is just a normal question. My question is that are you afraid of your parents? Any of you, whether your father or your mother, and why? So I repeat my question. Are you afraid of your parents? Are you afraid of your father, or are you afraid of your mother? But you're supposed to answer me. It's not a joke. Fine, don't crack any joke. I'm just asking, we are sharing. Fine, so who firstly switch on the video, Brijesh, if you want to talk. I'll be asking, okay, Jatin wants to answer this. Let me, many students are still coming, joining. They won't be able to understand what we do. Okay, if you are afraid, then what is the reason? Okay. Okay, Jatin, tell me, beta. I
Yes, I am afraid of my father and mother both because uh, both are teachers and they are very strict
okay.
and and I am a sportsman too. So so there are rules in the house that
Okay.
I have to
Okay, you can mute
so
yourself. So Jatin is saying both the parents are teachers. Teachers are always strict according to you, and they have created rules to follow. That's why he's afraid of both the parents. Okay, fine. Titiksha wants to answer. Okay, Titiksha, you can unmute yourself.
I'm not afraid of my parents because they are like my friends. I share all my feelings with them. Uh, they help me to get the solution of every problem.
No, I'm saying, are you afraid of your parents? Any of the parents, father or mother, and why?
I'm afraid of my mother because she is a teacher and
See, okay, Titiksha, you can mute yourself. Everybody is saying that my mother is a teacher, so that's why. Teachers are not meant to, scare people or children. So this notion, I don't think so. Parents become strict because they want you to follow certain norms. They want that you should follow a discipline, you should do right things. They know what is right for you, what is wrong for you. They have experienced the things. So that's why sometimes our parents, they become quite, you can say rude sometimes they're very strict with us sometimes, and the reason behind it we do not try to understand. Even we just see that they are rude, they are being very harsh and strict with us, but we do not try to find out the reason why, and do not connect this with their profession, that they are teacher. That's why they might have a bad day, they might have some, you can say, reason behind that. It is not good for you, you're doing something bad, you're following the bad path, they want you to bring to the right path, and number of reasons are there. Maybe so we will be reading. Why did I ask this question? My purpose of asking this question to all of you was that you can connect yourself with this little girl Kezia. So brief introduction of this chapter, then I'll be sharing screen of this chapter with you all. Fine. So let me give the brief introduction of this little girl Kezia. You can switch off the video if you want to, or on, that's your choice. But you need to listen to me carefully because I'll be unmuting in between. I'll be coming and going and asking questions to check whether you are paying attention or not. Clear? Fine. So let's start with this chapter, The Little Girl. It's about a little girl, Kezia, and her relationship with her father. What sort of relation she is sharing with her father. Fine. And I have written the characters over there. Kezia's father. He's the second foremost character in the story. And then we have mother of Kezia also, but that she's going to play a passive role, not that you can say she's not one of the protagonists. Then we have grandmother. So I have chosen these three characters because they will be active enough in this chapter. Clear? So the little girl Kezia is afraid of her father, and why she's afraid, that you'll read on. That is the suspense in the story. What sort of relationship she's sharing with her father, we'll get to know. Now, can you see the screen in front of you, beta? The little girl. Send me thumbs up for that. If you can see the screen, I have shared screen of the chapter with you all. Is it visible to you and my voice is audible to you? Can kindly send me thumbs up. Okay, beta. Most of you can see it. Fine. So let's start the chapter, The Little Girl. So before you read, they have asked two questions to us. Do you feel you know your parents better now than when you were much younger? Perhaps you now understand the reasons for some of their actions that used to upset you earlier. The story about a little girl whose feelings for her father changed from fear to understanding will probably find an echo in every home. So I'm trying to connect the story with you personally. Why? Because sometimes when we were young, when we were not able to comprehend our parents or understand our parents, then we used to say, why my parents, they keep on setting rules and norms and keep on saying no to everything. And we do not, understand them. But by the time we grow older, we try to understand that what is the reason behind it, why they are doing so. So in this case also, Kezia, who's quite afraid of her father, that she is not even able to utter words, she starts stammering. Stammering means when she's not able to have fluency of words in front of her father. She's so scared to bones, you can say, uh, that she's not able to express herself clearly in front of her father. So that is the, you can say, fear of one of the parents, impression of father on Kezia. So this story, and but at by the end, how that fear changes to understanding, that is to be read in this chapter only. Clear? So we will be going from page 32 onwards. To the little girl, he was a figure to be feared and avoided. Here, he pronoun is used for Kezia's father. Fine, they'll be using the word Kezia's father, not any name they have used. So, to the little girl, he was a figure to be feared and avoided. See, a father is to be avoided. They're living under one roof, but she's so scared that she does not want to, stand in front of him. She's so all the time she's trying to, you can say, get rid of that situation when she confronts her father. So every morning before going to work, he came into her room and gave her a casual kiss, to which she responded with goodbye, father. And oh, there was a glad sense of relief when she heard the noise of the carriage growing fainter and fainter down the long road. So this is a ritual, you can say. Every day he comes to her room and just on forehead kisses her and says goodbye, and she is so relieved after that. Why she's relieved? Because she knows this is the gesture. After bidding goodbye to me, he is going to go back to his to work. Fine. So at that time, and when she would hear the noise of carriage is that vehicle, maybe it can be based on any, like a horse carriage or any other animal carriage, or sometimes man also pulls. Carriages are of different kind, they're the vehicles. So when she hears the sound of vehicle going far away from her house, and growing, the voice, the noise of the vehicle getting fainter and fainter, then she's more relieved after hearing that fainted noise, because this is the, you can say, assurance to her that yes, father has gone now to his work and she's safe. So she's very much scared of her father. We'll get to know why she's scared, because of the behavior of the father, because of his attitude towards the daughter. We'll read. In the evening, now morning scene is over. How he goes after, you can say, planting a kiss on, you can say, to her, and he would go. In the evening, when he came home, she stood near the staircase and heard his loud voice in the hall. Bring my tea into the drawing room. Hasn't the paper come yet? Mother, go and see if my paper's out there and bring me my slippers. So this is the usual scene of the evenings. When he would return back from work, he's very tired, and everybody gets tired while working, but he's after getting tired, his mood fluctuates. and he starts showing his anger. And he would call his mother, bring my slippers, hasn't the paper come yet, where is my tea? So all the instructions all together he would give. So this is one of the reasons, the attitude of the father, the way he behaves after coming back from work, that Kezia is afraid of. Fine. Now I'm going to read the second paragraph. Beta, is first paragraph clear? Any doubt to anyone? You can ask me now. Clear? Now let's continue to second paragraph. Kezia. Kezia, mother would call to her. When father would call mother, mother would further call Kezia. If you are a good girl, you can come down and take off father's boots. This is the instruction of the mother. Fine. Mother calls Kezia that your father is back home. Come down and just remove his boots. So at that moment, she would again get so scared that again she has to go in front of her father, who's quite a scary figure in the house. Slowly and steadily, the girl would slip down the stairs, more slowly still across the hall, and push open the drawing room door. Very slowly. Why? When we are hesitant of doing any action, then our speed becomes slow. When we are so happy and jovial, then we start, jumping and running fast. Our movement depends upon our mood. So she's not happy because she has to confront her dominating father. So she's going slowly into the drawing room door where his father was lying on the sofa. By that time, he had his spectacles on and looked at her over them in a way that was terrifying to the little girl. Now, next way, when Kezia would enter the drawing room, he would, through the glasses, through the spectacles he would wear, like from upside, he would look at the Kezia, and that was quite terrifying. It was quite scary for the little girl, the way the father looked at his own daughter. Well, Kezia, hurry up and pull off these boots and take them outside. Have you been a good girl today? So these were the frequent questions being asked by the father, that have you been a good girl throughout the day? Remove my shoes and all. So she was getting instructions from father and mother both. And father was quite, you can say, rude and strict in behaving. So, well, Kezia, then don't know father. See, the little girl starts stammering. Stammering is the problem when there is no fluency when you speak. When you lack fluency, means when you are quite underconfident, when you got scared, when you're not able to express yourself because of the circumstances. Sometimes, teacher asks you a question, or you are scared, you're not able to answer, or you start stammering. So this is the nervous breakdown, you can say. So rather than speaking fluently, she says, I don't know, father. You don't know. If you stutter like that, mother will have to take you to the doctor. When she stutter here means stammer. Underline the word stutter, beta. Stutter here means stammer, not speaking all the words fluently. Clear? So father was quite shocked. Why my daughter is stuttering and stammering like this? Why she's speaking in this manner? He says that if you keep on stuttering like this, mother will take you to the doctor. So another, you can say, element of fear added in the mind of the girl. She never stuttered with other people. See, this little girl Kezia, she never stuttered with other people. Can anybody tell me what is the reason that she never stuttered with other people, but she was stuttering with... Okay. Aryan wants to answer. Aryan, you can unmute yourself, beta.
He's never afraid of all others
Yes, please repeat.
because he is never afraid of all other people.
She. Fine. Kezia is not a boy, remember. Aryan, you are new to this, you can say, joining and leaving and all. Okay. We have one more new student, Jaydev. You can unmute yourself, beta, and speak. I want to give chance to all the new students.
Ma'am, because she was afraid of her father.
Because she was afraid of her father, that's why she would stutter with him, and she was not at all afraid of others. That's why she was quite comfortable. You can mute yourself, beta. Okay. Got it? What I'm trying to say? So, point here is nobody bothered her too much actually. Nobody tried to snub her, or nobody gave such so many instructions to her that she was not afraid of any other member. She was not afraid of mother. She was not afraid of grandmother or any other relative, but she was scared of her father because he would talk in such manner that she would get scared. Then she never started with other people, had quite given it up, but only with father. Because, okay, let me go to the next page now. Then, because then she was trying so hard to say the words properly. She was trying, putting in so many efforts while speaking. What's the matter? What are you looking so wretched about? Underline the word beta, wretched, unhappy, or it is written over there already in your book. When you are sad, when you are extremely, you can say, having a bad mood, then we say that how why you're wretched. So what's the matter? What are you looking so wretched about? Mother, I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Here, Kezia, carry my teacup back to the table carefully. See, just because she stuttered, just because she behaved, you can say, without speaking much fluently, and that's why father said to the mother that I wish you taught this child not to appear on the brink of suicide. Brink is verge. He's saying that about to commit suicide means, mother, haven't you taught her how to behave properly? Why she's behaving so sad? Why she's behaving as if she's about to commit suicide? Means, see why he's comparing such simple act with suicide and all. So he's not supposed to behave in that manner. This is really bad on the part of father. He's being quite rude. Yes, parents have to be rude sometimes, strict sometimes, but using such words in front of, you can say, children is not at all acceptable. He was so big. Now, underline the character traits of father, Kezia's father, underline beta. He was so big, his hands and his neck, especially his mouth when he yawned. Thinking about him alone was thinking about a giant. Giant is huge, you can say, man. So it's like his appearance is very big. You know, sometimes by seeing the appearance of a person also we get scared. Sometimes people have very gentle, pleasing personality. We start like very comfortable. We start feeling comfortable with the person. But some people are quite giant physically and the way they speak also. So his personality was quite dominating in the way I can say that he was very huge, his mouth so big, hands so big, and the way he talked was quite casual and giving instructions all the time. So on the whole, he was a dominating personality. Clear? And he is giving instructions to Kezia that carry my teacup back to the table. Next instruction came. Clear? So now on Sunday afternoons, you can see the scene better in the picture I have shared with you, that father is lying on the sofa with handkerchief on his face. Kezia is standing near the table, and little girl always found mother reading and father stretched out on the sofa. They have written over there in the book only. They're stretching out and lying casually and without bothering about what others feel. He's just lying over there sleeping. Mother is busy in reading, and daughter Kezia, nobody is taking care of this girl, that how she's feeling right now. So on Sunday, this is the scene of, you can say, Sunday afternoons. On Sunday afternoons, grandmother sent her down to the drawing room to have a nice talk with father and mother. So what happens on Sundays? Grandmother has important role to play. Grandmother thinks that, grandparents are the reason which, we see that our parents, how they behave with grandparents, and then we got connected with them also. We get connected with them also. So here, Kezia's grandmother, she would ask Kezia to go downstairs. She would say, go, your father is at home, it's Sunday, you should spend some quality time with your parents, have a nice talk with father and mother. But whenever that little girl would go downstairs in the drawing room, she would see this scene only. This scene is quite clear to you. Mother reading, father stretched out on the sofa, and she was so scared. Father, his handkerchief on his face, his feet on one of the best cushions. You can see feet on the cushions, fine. and sleeping soundly and snoring loudly accordingly. So he is in the rest mode on Sundays rather than spending time with his daughter. So he would spend time in taking rest only. Fine. So she sat on a stool. Even she is such a nice girl. She followed the instructions of her grandmother. Grandmother asked her to go downstairs and have talk with parents. She went over there. She sat on a stool gravely, seriously, watched him until he woke and stretched and asked the time, then looked at her. Then, such a sweet girl Kezia is, she would sit there for longer time. She would wait her father to wake up, and then when he would wake up, he would ask, "What's the time?" In that way, even then, she would look at that time he would notice that Kezia is sitting over there, and she's staring regularly at father because she's waiting, and as per the instructions given by the grandmother. Don't stare so, Kezia. You look like a little brown owl. Rather than accepting her in an or playing with her daughter, or giving some good gestures, he would say, "Why are you staring at me?" Staring means when you look at a particular direction for longer period. "Why are you staring at me, Kezia? You look like a little brown owl." So he calls his own daughter an owl. Let me check the time, whether we have time or not. This period ends at 11:25. Fine. So we are left with only 3-4 minutes. So I'll be winding it up. And on what happens then? So don't stare. So again, one day when she was kept indoors with a cold, her grandmother told her that father's birthday was next week and suggested she should make him a pin cushion for a gift out of a beautiful piece of yellow silk. So as I already told you, that grandmother is trying to bring, you can say, bridge the gap between father and daughter. She's trying to bring that good side of the daughter and good side of the father. She wants that relation between the two should be very good. So one day it was cold enough and they were not supposed to go outside, and father's birthday was approaching. So grandmother suggested Kezia that you should give some gift to your father. You should make a beautiful pin cushion. Pin cushion is a small stuffed cushion which you see these days, beautiful cushions which we stuff something or cotton or some stuff which is quite fluffy enough to make it a cushion. So she also gave a material to her granddaughter, a yellow silk material she was having, and she gave it to her granddaughter that you should make a pin cushion, a stuffed cushion for your father. So you should know the details better. Clear? So that was the suggestion that one given, and she thought of making pillow out of it. Clear? So by the time now, I guess we are not left with much time. So the instructions I wanted to give, and I wanted to say, keep sending me your notebooks for checking. At last, you won't be able to complete all the work together. Fine, beta. So you need to work harder on completion. Side by side, send me. Clear?